Hey everyone, it's me, THPine, and welcome to today's Community Hours, our Q&A session with me, THPine, the community manager. And today I have a guest. Today Kevin is here. Kevin is our animator. Hey Kevin, is this actually your official role? Is animator your job title? Yes. Okay. So I didn't got that wrong. Good. So. Great. Sounds good. Cool. So yeah. As usual, we're just gonna do a little bit of Q&A. I believe I improved the chat display from last week. So wait, I can't hear you. If they can't hear you, I probably messed up the audio. Give me a second. Wait, but recording was fine. Oh, that's probably a different scene. Oh yeah, I don't have. Yeah, this scene is lacking the source. 1 second. No, 1 second. Oops, that's 1 second. I'm gonna fix that. They still can't hear you. You don't have to do that. Copy. Yeah. Paste. Oh, where did it go? There. Okay. Transition. Okay, try again. Say hello.
Hello.
I hope people can hear you now. I believe they should.
I mean, yeah.
I have.
I'm also watching the stream, so I can see my mic go on and off. I think I'm there now.
I mean that was probably visible before, but I see. Yes. I see
hello.
Audio coming in, so that's good. Actually, I believe you're a little loud now. I'm gonna try.
I am Kevin.
Yes.
I am the animator on the team.
Right.
I have all the animation jobs.
Yeah. So I say, tell us something about your day-to-day jobs or tasks. What are you doing? It's a broad
What
question,
am I
I
doing
know.
right now? Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
What do I
Like,
do
what
every day?
is your general? What is your scope? Like, what does it mean to be an animator? What are you working on, and what are you working on right now? I think that would be
Well,
interesting
Tim,
questions in general.
I'm so glad you asked. Now, my day job is just taking all of the characters and like weapons, everything down to, I mean, I mostly focus on gameplay animation because that's what our entire game revolves around, right? But it's like anytime a new gun comes, or like whether it's death animations or kicks, or like some kind of new feature that requires characters to move in some way and giving them personality, that's what I do. Right now, we're working on a very cool thing. Me and Vince are working on Weapon Field 2.0, which involves a lot of things, but the main thing we're focusing on right now is recoil animations. Yes, that's right. You heard it here. You heard it here first. Get hype. These guns are about to become alive, alive
Yay!
with feeling and violence.
Sounds good. I believe you actually said something. One of the things you wanted to show, or you
Yeah,
want to
we
give
can
us a sneak
show.
peek? Okay. Let me switch scene and really quick. Do
We
you
can.
set stream already? No.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll give
switch as
you.
soon as you stream.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll give you. We'll give you a little
Quick sneak
taste.
peek.
Yeah. I mean, I still am in the middle of working on this, so I will say
I have an important question from chat already. It's very important.
How do I not shoot myself when
yeah.
animating? You know, you just don't. That's really how it goes.
Yep, that's reasonable.
How alive we talking sentient guns? Oh, here, let me show you. So, I want to get my. I'm getting stuff set up, and I'll show you guys. I'll show you what I do in Maya.
My chat broke. Great. Why did my chat broke? How did this happen?
Oh my gosh. I can hear Animal Crossing next to me.
What? Oh.
So let me show you guys. What is this? This is...
Yeah. So in general, questions for Kevin, go in chat. But if you have general questions about the game, we're also open to answer these. So yeah, just whatever comes to your mind. Feel free to go.
Almost there. Should have set up our...
Where's the elevator music?
Yeah, I'm training. All right, here we go. Now I'm live.
Okay, wait, let me switch. There we go. Looks good. Okay.
So, check it out. Welcome to my... Sorry, sipping my tea here. So check it out. So like, basically, what we're adding is stuff like this, right? I don't know, hopefully the stream is going at 60, but actually having
I believe it is.
The hip, but also ADS is, whoop, hold on, this one went too long. There we go. Like ADS when you fire, and then of course as well, last but not least, brace fire, recoil as well, right? And one of the many great things I'm happy for is we used to have, honestly, I can't even remember the reason why this was, but we originally locked the camera to be pointing at all times Z forward, so there would be no rotation at all, right? The only way you could affect the camera is just through translation.
Oh.
Like what we can do, especially with recoil, is you actually, if you pay attention on the side of the grid here, you can see it rotate, right? So you get that nice head movement. And then translating that actually into the game. Let me reload here. I'll show you the GAT9. is now we have stuff like this when you fire, right? So
And very, very bad timing for Discord to eat its bitrate.
let me show you. I actually do think the
If we wait a
Gat9
minute,
is
it should probably get better again, but
yeah.
it did the same thing on Monday when I was streaming with Axum. It's just sometimes Discord just stops using a decent bitrate.
Let's point at the target, right? So, like with this, you know, especially with ADS, we're going for this really violent like feel of action when you fire a gun, especially with unstocked. I mean, obviously with every weapon, but especially like unstocked weapons, right? You really want that action of like the gun is, you know, you have control over it, but the thing is like almost leaving your hands, right? So like spam firing this, right? Yeah, it really doesn't like high texture scenes, does it, right? Or even like especially brace fire. And also we'll see, but to prove to you guys that these God, that animation is, I mean, he whips that real fast.
Chat is hyped, so good job.
Yeah,
hey,
so
and Pizza's playing your process, so that's good.
So for instance, let's say we just do a hip fire mag, right? Just to prove to you that brace fire actually comes out of the gun, you know? It's coming out of laser, but then if you spam fire brace right now, we're actually having, there is some fun things where it is firing like at the top and sometimes bottom of the recoil, which we'll have to suss that out. But like, all of a sudden, gunplay feels a lot better. And no, we already fixed it. You cannot
do this anymore.
Yeah, right. Like when we first put these in, and you would do that, you would sprint at full speed, you know, just firing forward. And Vince and I were like, "Oh no!"
I actually saw a clip, someone killing his teammate this way. Like, was just started sprinting and fired a shot, and it just went into his teammate and killed them.
Yeah, it
was pretty funny.
So, hopefully you guys are pretty excited. I am, because like this is this is like gonna fundamentally change the game. Just the weapon feel is gonna.
Yeah. And that's what people in chat say as well. This looks like a massive improvement. This is gonna change the game massively.
Yeah, so I can show you.
Recoil
and then one thing we also want to do, especially on this transition here, going from like hip to brace, ADS to brace, right? You see that little thumb snap, right?
Oh yeah.
Is putting in a blend state to catch that. So like, if we go back to Maya. Let me show you guys this cool little thing. This is where it started with this concept video of like, what can we do to like improve this? I use the LS45, and so like one thing is having. Oh no! What happened to his recoil? Well, anyway, that's not what I wanted to show you anyway. So it's cool. Let me find this little section here. So it's like, imagine going from ADS to brace, right? Is you'd have this little portion where like you'd have their hands and thumb actually come and wrap around, and the gun wiggle a little bit. So you'd go down into it without the thumb going through the gun, right? And then also, let's see, once he gets back to, I think, hip fire, be something, like right here. I'm just dragging so you guys can see it, right?
Yeah, make it, do it slow. Like it's hard to notice if you're playing at full speed.
Yeah, you can see it where I can catch it for you, but essentially you'd have these nice buttons going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Which is super cool, but like back in Unity, right? The PK57, you can see his finger. They actually pull the trigger now. I'm so happy and excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Like, I love this shit, you know? Especially when it comes to animating game stuff like this.
Yeah, you can see the trigger finger now, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be hype. And then last but not least, I'll show you. Let me take. I can't see the chat because of my graph editor in Maya.
Chat is happy. The bounce back after the recoil, where it overshoots and dips for a frame or two before settling back into position, really sells both how light the weapon is and how strong the recoil is. Some real primo shit on the GAT9.
Yeah, or some real, the GAT9 is probably the best one right now. I'll show you guys the LS45 as well, which is the first one we did. And obviously the first thing you do, you learn a lot of stuff. And then I got to go back to that one because that one feels a little weak in certain places. But what I also like that we got working is like having it blend on top of locomotion state. So with this, right, with the black tar, this actually has like, you can move around and fire it. And then I'll show you ADS with this guy. As you can see with the camera, like we put in some nice bounce, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna change the game, man.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's always interesting or fascinating to me how animations very subtly change how the game feels in a very like this. It's very impactful. Like if you take a game that like just feels great and you just remove like a bunch of small animations, it all of a sudden feels horrible or very stiff. And it's like it's interesting because people don't actively notice it in most cases. Like obviously you probably do because this is your job, like this is what you're looking for, but like your average gamer doesn't really notice all the little details going on with animations and stuff, and those things really help to sell the feel of the game. So
yes, and the one thing
very undervalued or overlooked.
This is my promise to stream. I'm not done with it yet, but we will figure out. We are going to get it so when you first pick up the LS45, the hammer will be up, you charge the gun, and the hammer will be down, like a real 1911. I know. I know it doesn't actually work like it's supposed to in game right now, you know? But yeah, so it's like, this is what it should be. But this guy is some heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, it has some strong recoil.
I mean, it's only calibered at or no, it is 45 ACP, so. But you know, yeah, this one I think like I got to go back and I got to do a little adjustment because if you fire fast enough, the front post is just like disappearing, right? Because like you want that feel of violence of when you fire it, right?
Absolutely.
But like you don't want it to be so hard that like if you notice when you spam it, it looks, you know, sure it's the middle of your screen, but it's just kind of like completely disappearing. Versus if we do the GAT9 and you mass fire it, right? You can still there's like like I think it's like 2 frames. You can still see like the front post as it comes down, so it's much easier to like actually. What was I going to say? It's much easier to like keep target acquisition, right?
Oh yeah, that's obviously important.
Yeah, and then I can show you.
So a somewhat related question I can answer, I believe. Are recoil patterns RNG? Partially, right?
That's a question for Vince.
Yeah, but there are not strict recoil. Like there are. I mean, it's mostly RNG, I believe. Like it has different shapes and stuff like that, and different probability maps, I believe. But there is RNG to the recoil. It's not like in other games where you can learn to control the recoil perfectly by just shooting at a wall for hours. And that's specifically the reason why we have that. We don't want you to be able, we don't want you to be able to control the recoil perfectly because that just makes balancing the game very hard, and also, or impossible rather, or very boring, I guess, because you would have to balance all weapons for perfect control.
Let's go to ADS, right?
And also, we don't want people to shoot at walls for hours because we believe that's boring. So, I mean, I guess it's not boring to all people, so it's a little bit unfair to put it that way. But it's not something we want the game to, like, we want our players to encourage doing.
Yeah. So like, I mean, it's in terms of recoil patterns. It's like all I'm doing in Maya here, right, is I'm just doing one fire, right?
Yeah.
Snap and return to center, and then the rest of the recoil would be handled by like essentially the like I don't have it set up here, but it's like the player camera, right? If you can imagine it being isolated, like imagine it's isolated to the front post, right? It would actually translate like around like this, right? This is how you get games that like when you fire it does this stuff, right? Or it goes like a little up and down, right? Because I don't want to like I don't want to have to animate like 20 different recoil patterns in ADS
Oh yeah,
for a cat time. Like
that would
be
not
the
a good
wrong
way of
to
doing
do
it.
right? Yeah. But yeah, it's like
So
to
the
show you
thing.
like how we.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just getting into it now because I love explaining this stuff to people.
Sure.
Like so, what we did, ignore the finger going beyond the trigger guard there. You never see it, so haha. I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, how I did this is like when you left click, the first thing that happens would be, you know, triggers down, and then on the GAT9, this guy hammer goes in, strikes the was that the firing pin, dude? I don't know, guns, whatever. But hammer goes in, strikes the bullet, right? And this is animated at 60 FPS, right? This is like how I think I tried this at 30 FPS at first, but like I don't know. It's hard to explain if like you've never fired a gun, but like this stuff happens so fast.
Yeah,
that, like,
obviously.
30 FPS is just like is legitimately not enough information,
Okay.
right? Which is
I
like
mean,
with
yeah,
this,
it's
we have-
milliseconds, so
yeah, so it's like first frame we have trigger pull, hammer strikes, slide goes back, and we actually hold the slide back longer than what it should be. I mean, realistically, like in real life, the slide goes back and then goes forward again, right? And yeah, it's like milliseconds, right? It's like the
Yeah.
hammer's already back before your hand is like up,
yeah.
right? Because the hammer going forward is usually what makes
So
your
if you would use realistic times, it would be only one frame or even not even a
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah,
So,
it's like
but
we
that would
actually-
be, I imagine that would be hard to notice for the player, right? That's why you made it
Oh,
longer.
sandwich. Yeah, so it's like we actually hammer goes back, the gun is going slightly up, right? And then after that, it's like in one frame, the gun goes up. And then actually in ADS, what I did, this is funny, because like if I actually keep the gun exactly where it would be, right, it will be completely in your face. So I actually physically lower the gun. Like this does not happen in real life. Your hand is not a gun, right? I actually lower it so when it comes back down, right, you still get the snappiness, but like you're still able to have target acquisition because, like I showed with the LS45, I don't want it to be like so out there that you fire the gun like once when ADS and you're just like, cool, I have no idea where I am anymore. And then lastly, I can show you.
So I think this is somewhat related to what you just said. I always wondered, like, if you're looking at the character model and how they hold the gun in ADS, like this doesn't look healthy. Like that's not how you fire a gun in real life, right?
No, my first person secrets revealed.
I mean, I think that's how most games do it, but
yeah, most games it's like.
I guess his hand in his chest.
I mean, this is straight up like this is Quake mode, right? But yeah, let me show you. I'll show you guys.
Yeah, so this has to do with how cameras work in games, I believe, right? So you have to you have to cheese it a little bit so it looks good in first person.
Let me show you the DL12, right? So this one's fun because we were just figuring out how to explain it. Like what we wanted with shotguns is to be able to like fire, and then while you cycle, you would be able to. Before I play this, is like you'd be able to cycle in hip fire and then be transferring into recoil or into ADS at the same time, right? So you could fire, and then like during that transition, you'd recoil from hip fire into ADS, right? And also yes, everyone, this does mean, in fact, that you will be able to cycle in ADS and brace, and the gun will not go off to the right side of the screen anymore.
Yay!
Like, we will have ADS and brace cycling.
That's good.
It's like Weapon 2.0 is there's so much shit coming. Like, there's so much stuff coming, but like with this, and then the actual cycle animation would be layered on top, instead of actually just putting it with the recoil, right? But this, like, getting this to feel like that nice when you fire a shotgun, because those things are pretty hefty, especially if it's unstocked, like the shorty, or sorry, the super shotty, as we call it. But this, like,
Yeah, that has some...
this one was fun to do.
Yeah, I imagine.
It's like, actually,
it's pretty wild.
Let's hold on. Let's bring this just a little bit more up in your face. Actually, keep this up a bit more. Doop. Now I'm just in it. Now we're just going. Whoever said keyframing sucks, like, yeah, yes and no. You know, what did Third Floor say? Smear frames? Yeah, we could, but our rigs don't have support for, we didn't build them with, like, smear frames in mind.
Derby requests a Kebby sound pack.
that's my entire day with this. It's just like,
so are you doing that like, because it helps you to actually
yeah, like, was it RDX Mag? Yeah, this is my yeah, like, all day, especially with the GAT 9, I'm just like, you know, PK-57 shotguns. And then now I have. So
does it help you to give you an impression on how it feels in game, or is it just because you have fun doing it?
I have fun doing it. Also, it does help, right? I mean,
yeah.
Animators are crazy people. There's like two types of animators in the world. There's like the really quiet, like, introspective animators, right? Who are like really good at like, this isn't a broader scheme here, right? But it's like,
sure,
if you
go wild.
You know, it's like in a Disney film or like Pixar, right? Some of these animated films, like, those really, like, subtle, quiet actions where characters do, like, really subtle, like, human movements. Like, there's animators who are, like, more quiet people, and then there's people like me who are just, like, bombastic and loud and probably pretty annoying to some people, but you know, it works. But yeah, I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I assume we don't have an ETA on this, right?
TBD.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
Yeah, TBD. Cool. But I mean, yeah, you guys know the drill. Soon, right?
Soon, TM.
Yeah. So let me show you this. So I'm going to show you the shotgun. The recoil is good, but the blending is. We gotta work on it. But with this, like, you can see this. You can see how it, oh wait, I forgot to set up the cycles on this one. I can show you the Tub 12, which is really as the issue, but this one, it's actually now, and ignore the recoil pattern on shotguns, because Vince, I think, is doing something with that. But don't quote me on that. There's a lot of stuff to figure out, but if you can watch this, you see the hand? I'll show you in the sky. You can really see it. Oh, actually, he didn't have to load that time. Watch this. Right? Oh.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it definitely improves the feel of the game quite a bit.
Yeah, but no, just watch his hand. Watch this. Look at that.
Nice.
Right? And then also on this guy especially, one thing I wanted to do, especially for their brace, is I'm going to change the hand position a little bit on this, but I actually... I want to have the C-clamp especially because the laser's like on top like this.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you can see their pinky. It's a little goofy.
Yeah,
Right, it looks like a little noodle finger.
a little bit.
Right, but I wanted this like we want this feel, right, where like you can go around a corner, especially with a. Let me find a good position, right. It's just like you're running around and some guy's right there, and you're like, oh shit, right. I want one bullet in so he doesn't do that goofy hand, right. But you're running around, you're just like, oh my god, oh my god, right. Blow a guy's face away.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's cool stuff. That's all I got
definitely.
That's all I got on Recoil.
All right, let me switch scenes really quick. There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the losing grip is not actually like intended. It's a blending issue,
Okay.
right? But like, if you guys have ever shot like, a short shotgun like that with like no stock in the rain with like one of those plastic grips, those things like those things are like impossible to hold on to without gloves. I swear to God, they just fly out of your hand.
That makes sense. So I have a question actually.
Sure.
So how long does it take you to, like roughly, to do one of those guns? Or like one of
For
the
ADS?
animations? Yeah, for
Or
example.
you mean for the recoil?
Yeah.
It's like I have to do each stance, right? So.
By the way,
to
switch
fire-
back to stream so your stuff on screen is visible. If you don't want that, I can switch back to QA. But...
No, it's okay. I'll just
Okay.
do I'll load the black tar. Some bugs do become features. That's true, but this is a bug I do not want to become a feature. Well, if it becomes a feature, I want to make it look like it's intended. I don't want it to look like that. So, with this, right? So there's 3 stances. There's hip fire recoil, there's ADS recoil, and then there's brace recoil. And even like you guys notice with the black tar, because like the old brace position is the same as the hip fire, but it's just the camera. Like
the camera changes the FOV, I believe.
Kind of like does that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like, hey Vince, can I like move this around? Because like, it's just like it, especially if you brace, especially like a stocked weapon. Like this is based off of Tavor 21, right? Is that like, it doesn't like. I don't think we need to like do the tilt and C clamp on this thing, but like being able to like just bring it in slightly, right? So it feels like the guy just, your guy like really shoulders it, right, and brings it in. So when you fire, it's like it's not ADS, but it's still controlled, right? But like, how long it takes one of me to do these? It depends. I actually do think it depends like massively on the gun, right? Because like with stocked rifles, and like I gotta take into consideration like what are these guns based off of, right? Like the F1 Lagrange, for instance, is probably going to be pretty quick just because it's for one, it's massive, right? It's a full wood gun, so it's going to be super heavy, right?
Yeah.
And its recoil is going to be like not. I mean, it's still going to be snappy, right? But it's like the recovery on that is going to be like really. How to describe it? It's not going to. Like it's violent, but it's kind of like it kind of smoothly sways back into like neutral, right? Because like heavier guns do that. Like
it's easier to like fight the recoil,
like if you've ever held like a Mosin, that Russian rifle.
I've never held a gun in my life, so.
Mosins are Russian. I'm sure chat will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Mosins are, Russian. Firing weight, those things are so heavy to like hold. Right? It's like you can't. It's not in a game where you can just like hold up a Mosin and look down the sights for ever. Right? Like your arms get super tired because those things are super heavy, and when you fire, it's not like it's out of control, right? Um, it's more like you have this like nice like sway back into it. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting off topic. Just like it depends. Like the pistols and shotguns took me longer, just because
Okay.
like I was, I'm trying to go for a certain feel. I mean, obviously for everything, but like the pistols take me a couple of days because I was like really trying to nail that like violence of action, and then like the black tar, like this took me. I think this took me like half a day because it's just like I knew what I wanted on this,
Hmm.
right? And I'm like, this thing is not, it's not like you fire like a Tavor, right? And you're gonna be like,
Yeah, it's
like,
fairly mild, well controlled recoil. So.
yeah. And the guns, these guns are like, especially like AP-25 as well as like they're, uh, what was I gonna say? It's, it's like most of the rifles are gonna have like better recoil control, right? Because the guns would be, I imagine, would be based around having that, right?
Hmm.
But it's like I can still have fun. Like I think with the saber, right?
Yeah, the saber probably goes a little bit
Saber is going to
more
be super fun,
wild.
but it's like since it's that gun's actually model is based from the black tar.
Hmm.
Like the underside is literally the same exact gun,
I
but
mean,
it's like
it used to be called the white tar at some point. So.
yeah, it's a prototype,
Yeah.
but it's but like I'll probably I'll probably just copy this animation over, right, and then what I'll do is extend it out because it's
Uh-huh.
like a way heavier gun, and then
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you
right,
mean. Yeah.
and then like also just add a bit of
S-
like side to like
Yeah. So it
rotational
starts
swaying
out the
too.
same, but then goes further than that.
Yeah, so it's just like
Hmm.
right, especially same with the mop too. Like I want the mop to be just like freaking huge and violent, right? I want that to be, especially. I mean, obviously
Yeah,
you hit fire
absolutely.
mop and you can't really hit anything, but it's like I want that to be like I want that to be like it just destroys a defender's shoulder. Like it just breaks your shoulder when you fire. Oh my god! Like if you give that thing an inch, you're just like, holy shit, my freaking arm! Like, oh, hold on, I cut it down. It's like. Actually, yeah, you know what? That'll be a fun thing when we get the saber. I don't know. We'll for ADS that'll be interesting. I'll figure that out with Vince. That's actually going to be an interesting one of like because you go into a different camera for like the mop and the saber, so we'll see. But it's like especially for brace, right? That'll be fun with the saber because I'll be able
Hmm.
to. I'm
Yeah, you
just
do the
I'm
canted. It
I'm
uses the
yeah
canted
I'm
sides for,
yeah I'm
for
roughing this.
is
I'm roughing it out, right? But it's like it'll be something up like this, right? And that'll be fun to
Mhm.
be kind of like a, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, one of these, it depends. Like I said, the rifles will take me, everything's going to go a lot faster now just because like we figured out a lot of the tech problems. That's why
Mhm.
it takes a bit longer, especially because like you got to work like an engine to figure out uh, a lot of this stuff and then, set up your animations in Unity and set up your animation overrides and stuff like that. And then we got our system of stuff. I'm too lazy to describe how that works.
Well, I don't think we have to go into the technical details of how
Yeah, I
Unity
know.
handles the animations.
I'm sure
Or
some people would be into it, but like,
yeah,
but yeah, no, there's good stuff coming.
yeah,
Oh,
looking very exciting for sure. So basically, to answer my question, it would be like between half a day and a few days for every
yeah,
gun and every stance.
yeah. I mean, it's really like not that bad, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
So all guns, all stances is basically a few weeks of your life.
yeah. Let's see here. I was just setting up the AP-25. Yeah, honestly, this is like the main, yeah, this has been the main workload, right? This is
Mhm.
like, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah.
Been begging. And also, you know what it means now that we have recoil animations is we can, I don't have it set up yet, but yes, we can actually have a clacker, like clack in your hands. We can actually
Oh,
have the clacker do the clack.
Great.
You can go
Not just playing the
you can go,
sound.
like,
It's actually gonna play.
yeah, right, like,
That's good.
right, so which will be fun. There's just like a lot of like weapon field it's gonna be good. Like when we started this, it only started like a couple of weeks ago, but I think I was essentially company mandated to go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 one.
Mhm.
Was like, go play this game, just go put the campaign on easy and just go play it. Just pay attention to the weapon feel, and like I could gush about that game's animation system, like just like holy god, you know. I don't know if you've seen like
And
a lot of it.
that's what infinite money buys you, right? So
Well, yeah, it's just like it's like pretty unlike any Call of Duty game that's come before it, right? Just like everything they do.
Mhm.
Hey, it wasn't just Hyper. There's like 30 people on that team. There's also, what's the lead animator? Michael. I don't know. You can switch screens. We'll talk
right.
for a bit, and then if I want to bring it back to something, I will.
Okay.
So disconnect there. Yeah, the lead animator of Infinity Ward. What is Mark? Not Michael. Mark Grigsby. That guy. Yeah, Mark Grigsby.
Okay.
Like, he's so cool. Right. He was like super into it. He's just like, we told the designers, we're like, just get out of here. Just let us do our thing on the animations. Like, stop telling us to do a reload in like 30 frames, because like the infamous for having like insanely fast like reloads that are impossible in real life, you know.
Okay.
But it's like, yeah, essentially it was like with Weapon Field 2.0, it's like that's Modern Warfare. If we're shooting for the moon, that game is the moon, right?
Okay. Fair.
And we are going to get as close as we possibly can, right? With the size of our team.
Yeah. I mean, our animation team size is 1, so
But yeah, but it's just like there's big things we can like really focus on.
yeah, absolutely.
Right? It's just like nailing the recoil feel is like a huge part of that, right? It's just like the absolute violence of even just firing one bullet, right? Where you're just like, oh my god, this gun is sick, right? Like there's,
Yeah, absolutely.
in,
Animation plays a big part in this. I mean, sound is also important, but yeah.
When animating weapons, do I take inspiration outside of gun weapon animations? Like, what do you mean? Like taking inspiration from like not real life?
Taking inspiration. Not quite sure how that question is.
Or do you mean
inspiration from a dog?
Oh yeah, like I mean, like for what I'm doing right now, it's like pretty much, every time I've gotten a gun, right? I usually ask, because I mean, I'll be honest, like when I started on this team, I like basically knew next to nothing about firearms, like honestly.
Okay.
Like way back when, right? But even then, it's just like, especially if you design a new gun, right? It'll be like the first question I ask is like, especially the person who gives it to me, I'm like, hey, what is this like based on in real life, right? And usually it's, at least with us, like usually we mix and match, right? Because like it's in the future and we want to like have fun and not just like put in like a vector, right?
Yeah.
Or put in something else. Also, I think those games have to license those guns.
Probably, yeah.
From the company, so we can't do that. But like, I'll be like, hey, what is this gun based off of, right? And somebody's like, oh, it's like a Tavara 21 is like your best bet, right? Especially for like the reloads, right? And then like usually real life is honestly like your best bet, like real life has already solved your inspiration, so just take from that. But I mean, it's, especially in the recoils, I've just been honestly, I just look at Hyper's work, to be honest. Like all the recoils and stuff. I mean, this game, like, it's, in my opinion, it's probably for like the fantasy that that these tactical games, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure people would call Modern Warfare tactical. I don't know, but like you guys know what I mean, right? But it's like in terms of
Yeah.
like that fantasy of like being an operator,
Yeah.
right? It's like you're reloading super fast, and like you're tac reloading,
You're a trained
emergency reloading.
professional.
You're trained professionals. Like that fantasy is like they just nailed it to the wall,
Yeah.
right? Just all the weapon feel just feels like perfect,
Mm-hmm.
Gramps, all you sleep with this gun. Yeah. But it's just like I would say it's been my biggest inspiration for this weapon feel 2.0. It's just like let's get as close as we can to these guys because they nailed it,
So when are we getting that hyper bow in game? I don't think we plan on adding a bow. That would be maybe a tad too silly. I don't know, maybe. I wonder. But
The bow would be fun.
like in a bow that shoots explosive arrows would be a thing I could imagine for the defenders, obviously, not for the attackers.
A cyber bow.
A cyber bow, yeah.
Oversized Gat 9. I just want the, TBD, but I just want the cart back.
Yeah, for
I want to do a full animation revamp on that. Like, I want your hands on that, and when you just like squeeze the triggers, just, you're like, holy shit, all that hallway, dude, like. Yeah, Titanfall 2 was like, oh, thanks, man. Revoke my Nerf gun license. Hey man, you know what helped with Sandwich being like, hey, here's my airsoft guns, use these for inspiration, and actually that helped a lot because he actually has like those.
That's nice. Where do you look for real-life references footage for reloads and stances if you use it? Military training or like competition shooters, or do you just film yourself?
I just YouTube it, and then yeah, and then actually with these, and then with like these airsoft guns that I've been borrowing, since they're like, they're like built with metal, so essentially, it's obviously they're not real, right? They're chambered for airsoft bullet, pellets, but like they're heavy enough to give you that feel. It's like I bought a GoPro and strapped the camera to my head, and started like doing that, and I was just like, wow, this is like a way better feel than freaking Nerf guns.
Yeah, imagine Nerf guns are, well, yeah, a worse reference than.
Oh, I love when Battlefield like does the secret reloads. Like I think BF1 has on the double barrel shotgun, they literally just put in frame for frame the old Doom super shotgun reload, and they actually hold it too. Like they animate it like it's on 4s or 5s or whatever. Like it doesn't smoothly transition, which is really cute. But yeah, no, that stuff's like, listen, no promises, man. I'm just one guy. I'm not gonna do that for this game. Maybe. Yeah, but Battlefield Hardline, I think, had the funniest ones. I think the best one is the guy who just like, I think it's like is it the M4A1 or the AR-15? I forget which one it is, but it's like he unloads the mag and throws the gun away and just pulls out a new gun.
What?
Yeah, or the guy with the third arm that gives you the magazine. My favorite is the one where he just throws the gun away and just puts a new gun on.
That sounds silly. Okay, there is a not animation question, but I said we also answered those. Was there wall destruction at any time in due process? Like shootable walls. I don't think there ever was, and there
Block
will
dude built
not be.
a long
did
time.
Really? Did it have destructible walls?
Yeah, my God, I'm not even.
I can't remember that, but.
Yeah, so like before we started on this new build, it's like it wasn't every wall, but it was like a few walls you'd be able to like pinhole. This is like years and years ago. Right? It's like 2015. This is like when it was basically like 6 people, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we experimented with that, and that's when our performance was even worse. And then also the game just completely devolved into like hey, hold up in this little hole and pinhole, and then when they come through this door, kill them. And it got very boring, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a design reason we don't want
sandwich. It was only thin wall interior, that's right. What was the hardest animation so far in the game? I don't know. Everything?
that. Every time you do a new one, it's like even harder than the one before.
Oh, it's such a... No, it's like it's a hard question. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like some of the death animations were the hardest, just because like full body mechanics can just be very hard to get right to make it feel like good.
Absolutely.
Right? And there's still a lot of those like I want to go back and touch up because they're like the basics are there. They just need a little oomph, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The hardest like I don't know. Just getting some of the weapon feel stuff is right. Like even the reloads, like I really want to. I don't know. Like I really want to go back and like do a whole run through on the reloads just because like there's a lot more we could do.
I mean, yeah, I think that's whenever I talk to you, I always got the impression that you always see a lot of stuff you could improve from your past work. And like, would you describe yourself as a perfectionist or?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes I have to let go and just feel like it's good enough.
Yeah, 80-20 rule.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good stuff that I'll be able to do. Like one of the things that it's like here's something that like not a lot of people, but it's just like even I kind of stupidly had this like arrogant ignorance against like camera motion where I was like, man, you don't have to have camera motion and like your reloads, like you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like over time, like when I was stupid, I was wrong. Camera motion is like the magic that makes this stuff happen, right?
Yeah.
I was just 100% wrong because it's like now with Weapon Field 2.0, like we took this constraint off the camera joint because like I don't even know why it was there in the first place. Like it's whatever, it's gone. Now I can move the camera and rotate it, and like I want to go back into the reloads and like put in that like subtle camera motion that you see in all these reloads that people do.
Yeah.
Where they, insert mags, and I messed around with this a little bit, and I was just like, damn, it is like, it's like all there, right? Because like if you, I went into, I took a few reloads out of Modern Warfare, like Battlefield 1, what's a few other games, like Squad, it's another one. What was that other game? I can't remember, but it's like I basically took them into Adobe Premiere, and I stabilized them as best I could to like remove the camera motion, and it's like the entire magic of the reload is completely in the camera. Like it just sells the weight of everything, right?
Interesting.
Except Hyper's work. Hyper's stuff was still incredible, even without the camera. So good job, Romano. You killed it.
How long have you been animating for, and was Due Process your biggest project?
Yes.
That answers the second part.
So like yeah, I've been at this now since like 2015. Like I was in school from 2010 to about 2015. I went to school for animation, and then the first like big project I did was a game called Republique, because it's spelled I think the French way. It was by a studio called Camouflage. That was like I had an internship there, and I worked on like cleaning up some mocap.
Okay.
And that studio was I love those guys. They were super fun to work with, and actually were really helpful in getting me started. And then like I was still in school at the time when that happened, and then like I had to finish up school, and like how I got pulled onto this is, I was roommates and good friends with the big boss himself, and he was working on some blocky shooter, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You want to make some quick animations in Unity?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then all of a sudden it's like, "Hey, you want to keep working on this?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." Like, sweet. And then we did that as like, there was like a little side project, and we got picked up by AP. And yeah, this is like by far the biggest thing I've ever done, because I have never animated an entire first-person shooter by myself.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
the
that's
biggest
actually
thing I've ever done.
that's actually a thing. Like, are all animations by you, or are there exceptions? Is there anything you didn't do?
No, there's nothing I didn't do.
Okay, so all animations are by you. So yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
Well, all right. So
Seems like a lot of work.
hold on. I take that back. The shutter doors are by our very own Ben Bickle. So hats off to Ben. He did the shutter doors.
Okay.
There's a few. I don't know. There's like Ben takes care of like. There's like a few tiny things if it's like a light turning on and off, or there's like
Okay.
like little animation things and like level stuff that like he
Okay.
just takes care of by himself, because he doesn't, because it's like quick and dirty or whatever. But in
It's
terms of
probably
like
faster. He does it himself. Then he's coming
Yeah.
to you, explaining what he wants, and then you.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
except for big set, like I did the vault door, but the all character and weapon related stuff I did everything, including rigging and rigging and engine implementation, and dear God, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
usually
it's been more than 5 years at this point, I'd say.
yeah, thus the
So-
famous pre-alpha floating guns were born. Yeah.
Right. I remember now that it's mentioned. The block dudes didn't really had arms, right?
No.
It was just the guns floating in front of the camera.
Yeah, they have like some arms, but yeah.
Yeah, it was very basic. I mean, it was a prototype, so it made
Where you
sense.
found my
But the-
comments on the Super Space Blink Facebook. Yep. A long time ago. Super Space Blank, for context, is Alex and David. David, the UI guy. That was like a student project they worked on. It is,
I remember now.
truly
Looked at that
a
once.
couch competitive co-op experience, literally. It's so good.
I wanted to play that one day. Never got around to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it should be free. You should be able to just download it from.
Yeah, I should
they
probably
have
look it up
a-
again.
I think they have a.
Yeah, you can find it somewhere. I know
Yeah,
I've
it's on
found
the
it before.
yeah. There's a website.
I've found it before.
Here, I'll post it. I'll post it in the chat.
Sure. I have to ban stupid bots.
Nemadio, do you want to be famous, Tim?
No.
Uh-oh. Be gone, bots!
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll keep taking animation-related questions while I work here.
So, I have a not animation-related question. I remember your old nickname being DDR Cabby.
It still is.
It still is in Steam, I believe.
Yeah, and other Discord channels. I just changed it for due process,
Okay. So,
For,
you're big in DDR, right?
here we go. Yep.
Is that still a thing you do, or is that more like a past thing? Do you still play DDR regularly?
Well, I was for a bit with some friends. We had like a challenge group thing going. Even during quarantine, it was like a small group that was like, we trusted each other because they have like machines in their houses.
Oh, nice.
And I don't, but like even before that, I kind of stopped playing, not because I was bored, but I was just too busy. And like going to the arcade is, I mean, it's a drive. I don't mind it, but yeah, like yes, I've played. Oh boy, when did I start? I think it was 13 or 14, so probably almost like 18 or 19 years. Like, it's weird for me to think about the fact that I'm just like, all of a sudden, I remember it was like sitting down, I was just like, I've been playing the same game for a majority of my life, oh god.
I mean, at least
Right.
it's a game where you have to be moving around, so it's probably more healthy than just clicking hands.
Hey man, kept me nice, all skinny and fit.
Yeah.
But,
Absolutely.
yeah. And then I'll drop some knowledge on you. If you've ever been to arcades over in Europe, it was called Dancing Stage.
Ah, okay.
If you've ever seen those in arcades, it's the same exact game, but Konami localized it over there as Dancing Stage.
Weird. Okay.
And then I forget what game I don't know, I think it's the latest release, DDR Ace. I think they stopped calling it Dancing Stage and they just called it Dance Dance Revolution because it's like, who cares anymore?
Yeah.
We have the internet and everyone knows what everything is now, so.
Yeah. Different localizations are becoming more and more rare these days, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's just because like with the internet, you don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah, my most favorite localized movie name in Germany is Pick of Destiny.
Oh,
Right,
the Tenacious D film.
Tenacious D film with Jack Black. In Germany, it's called Kings of Rock.
Cool.
Like literally Kings of Rock. It's not the German translation. It's just a different English title.
What would that be in German?
Say it again.
What would that be in German?
Könige des Rocks, I guess.
Well, that's kind of funny. It kind of sounds like it.
Yeah, it's similar. King and König is similar, and Rock is.
So I mean,
Rock doesn't have a translation, so.
Yeah, I mean, this is off topic. I just love how like the similarity between like French, English, and German.
Yeah, all the Latin
like
languages.
All of a sudden, some words come up.
Spanish
and
as well.
I understand that, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's fun. I believe it's like my theory behind it is that like most Germans, like almost every German would be able to translate Kings of Rock, but a lot of people would probably struggle with Pick of Destiny. So I guess that's what I did it, but I don't know. There are a few other movie examples that are really weird when it comes to that, but also sometimes I do it because of copyright issues. Like there was this what's the one with the animals? Zootopia, I believe, or is it Zoomania? One of the two, and in Germany it's the other one. Like they couldn't name it that way. Like is it Zoomania?
Zootopia.
Was it Zootopia? Okay, it's Zootopia, and it's called Zoomania in Germany because there's actually a zoo in Germany that's called Zootopia, or the other way around. I'm mixing them up. Like they couldn't use the original name in Germany because there's an actual zoo called that way, and they said no, you can't take our name, which is stupid. They should have instead do like a crossover promotion thing, but whatever.
Actually, that's pretty funny. Well, anyway,
like 11 voice shits when, that would be some cool merch.
You guys got any cool animation questions?
So actually, how many, like, okay, so how long are these reloads? How many frames are there? It's 60 FPS, right? So.
Well, so the reloads are done at 30.
Oh, the reloads are done at 30, okay. But the recoil is done at 60.
Yeah, the recoil is done in 60 because it's, what happens? Wait, what happened? I shared my screen and then it canceled it.
Okay.
That was weird. Let's see here. I can show you I'm thinking. Yeah, screw it. I can show you some cool stuff.
Yeah, sure, it's cool stuff.
Wait, what? Not this one. I hit the wrong one. So, this bad boy. And this even has some new stuff in it too. So this bad, like the way I animate, and honestly, I should probably separate some of this out. But it's like this single animation contains the holster, the draw.
Oh, okay.
How we organize it is the empty reload cycle. Empty reload being that the weapon is completely dry. There's like nothing in the chamber, right? No magazine, no bullet.
Yeah.
Cycle, and then we have load and unload, right? But, man, I'm just screwed. I'm just telling you guys everything. So, but now, even so, let me show you actually when I was talking about with this camera, and you guys will notice this. What did this end on? 95, 90. Yeah, 98. So this guy did a little, like I was messing around with this camera stuff, and this is what I was telling you guys about. If you watch this is the empty load, right? So he's not gonna, or he'll cycle the gun too, but you can see how much weight like this puts back into the actual reload. And yes, that's a new cycle.
So this was your experimentation with the camera shake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's the suppressor.
Yeah.
It just auto comes on the model. Just because, like, that's how the gun came and we just separated it out, so. This does not confirm or deny anything. This is just how I animate with models on, so. Right, but as you guys can see, it's like.
I mean, we want the suppressors come back eventually, so.
Yes, they will. But, like, here, let me grab my graph editor so I can show you. But it's like, well, I'll just let this play. Yeah.
So how many frames is that?
Probably eventually. This?
It's like
what is
70? 72?
25 to 96. This is actually a faster reload than the current one. I can't do this in my head. 73, you're right. I wanted the exact number, but like you can see how much that camera motion like adds in. Now like watch this, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna flatten all this away, and then watch this now.
Oh yeah.
Look at the difference
that's a
on
big,
that, right?
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
You see how much?
Can you turn it on again?
How much that does, right? Yeah. I'll just now I have it Control Z'd, so. Wait, hold on. Let me go back one. Okay, so. So. No camera. Camera.
Oh yeah, that's a huge difference.
Right, it's freaking huge. But also with Weapon Field 2.0. Dum bum 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 bum. Hold on, I want to make sure this is all lined up. So now I gotta find the next one. $196. So I think this is still the similar animation. So now, like, yeah, this is still the same one. So now, yes. Like, and I'm going to change this stuff up a bit, but this is now retention. This is now your tactical load, and then...
Ooh!
And I've got to move this all the way. Yeah, I got to move it all... Where is it? 196?
Tactical reload confirmed.
And then now, like, I want to redo this one again, but like now you would have this as well.
Oh, nice.
Right.
That looks cool.
So you had an EMG of just like, this would, I think the idea being like, yes, right, doing the whole like you either double tap R or like hold R to do either or, and then obviously if your mag's empty, you should just do this one, right?
Yeah.
Because like,
that makes sense.
why would you,
Like an empty mag, like maybe for like recycling or something. Like maybe Argus is getting bonus,
Yeah,
pay
so
the
then-
bonus if they bring it back their empty max. I don't know.
Yeah, but so you'd have like empty reload, charge, retention, which would be a bit longer, and then empty, which would be a bit faster to make it like a prime decision, right? What you'd want to do. And yes, we basically, these are all, I'm not going to spoil everything because I need to give you some surprises.
Yeah, we want some surprises.
But like, we did a lot of these like a while ago, and there was just a lot more other priority, right? This guy, holy shit, confirmed, you know. Of
So yeah, actually asked earlier, how many games are already in 2.0 mode? Like,
how many guns?
Yeah, how far are
So-
you? Basically, is the question, I believe.
So, I mean, it's a lot to do because we need to implement all of this. I would say
yeah,
none of them
100%.
are Weapon 2.0 complete.
Okay.
But like the pistols, the recoil is done. The black tar recoil is done, and then like the shotguns are done. We need to figure out their like that blending or whatever. And then like basically how we did this first is like let's do pistols because those recoil will be fun. Then let's do semi-automatic. Semi-automatic should be pretty easy to figure out. And then like shotguns need to be done. And then like I'm gonna be doing this like today is the AP25, and that way we'll figure out automatics. Right?
Yeah.
Because like how it would work with an automatic. Before I show you this cool PK57, is like how I imagine it would work. Like let's just pretend this is like automatic, right? It's like your recoil, you'd go back. Both hands would be like boom, boom. It would be a looping recoil where it'd just kind of be like boom, 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 boom. It'd be doing the same animation, right? But like, if you do a single fire, you needed to go boom and then like come back to a settle and neutral, right? But I'm kind of hoping we can get away with like if I animate a single shot and then due to the fact of the RPM of the weapon is like, I think it's 600. So like,
yeah, something around that, I believe.
Hold on, I'm gonna do the math in my head. At 60 frames per 3600 divided by 6. So okay, so it's like 6 frames, right? As its RPM, right? That's the RPM of the bolt reciprocating and going back, right? So it'd be like if that 6 frames is a perfect loop, right?
Yeah.
The gun could essentially keep canceling over and over again.
You just cancel and reload. That's similar to something you did with the death animations, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this is actually how we do the pistols. This is how everything does right now, right?
Okay.
So it's like with pistols, when you click, it's just canceling the animation over and over again.
And plays it again.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like with the automatic, it should do a perfect loop, and then like once you let go, it will just finish it out, right, and go back to a rested neutral. Right? Hopefully, that's the theory. It should work. I hope, right? But we'll see, But after that, once that's solved, like this is actually going to go like pretty fast, I think. Because like the tech stuff actually takes longer than the content, I think. You gotta fight all this like technical tomfoolery, right? But like, I know the audience is probably waiting here for the sick PK. But like, with this, for instance, I'll just play this out. This is actually, let me change I'll bring the FOV back just a little bit. Okay, with this, I made it a bit snappier too, right? Retention in and then throwing the mag away.
Nice.
And then actually for retention, I think what we're gonna try and do is instead of this, right, having him take it out, I mean, this still works, but it's like, I know for all those like nerdy tack kids, they want to have it where like hand goes down, brings the mag up, and then like does the double hold, right, where it's like they grab the mag. And now they have 2 mags in hand. They switch out the old one, put in the new one, then retain the old one back into their mag pouch, and then go back to neutral, right? So, but still,
that would be cool.
Like, I mean, we actually. I don't know if Vententress is still watching, but yes, like this stuff is on the way, my friend.
Very nice, very
It is
nice.
on the way.
So when you're
And
doing
now,
animation like this, I'm just trying to figure out how you actually work. Are you going like chronologically, or are you doing like keyframes
you can switch
first,
the
or
screens.
how does this work?
You can switch the screen back, by the way.
Yeah,
so
I
you
did.
can see yeah, there we go. Like when you like chronological, like
Are
how
you
do
just
I
going like frame by frame, or like doing the start and the end, and then something in the middle, and then fill out the details between them, or?
Oh my gosh!
how's-
Okay.
I never did
Okay.
animation, so I'm kind of curious how this actually, like, how would you do something like that?
All right, I'm back.
Okay, wait, I have to switch.
No,
There we go.
let's just do it. Let me show you.
Sure.
Live. Oh my god, I feel like naked showing my process.
I mean, you don't have to if you rather
Oh,
keep it. Is this like a trade secret?
No, this is absolutely not. Let me do.
Yeah, give me an
first-
animation 101 course. That's a good idea.
So I gotta set this time frame to 60, and then I gotta snap my keyframes back on. Hold on. Hopefully this is gonna. Okay, they all snapped good. So let's see this. We'll just bring it down. Yeah, I can tell this is playing at 60 by how fast that thing is going. So let me grab. Where's the bolt on this thing? I don't want to grab the geo. So here's our bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very low poly. Very cool. So like what I do, right, is, I mean, this is how you go. You just need keyframes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, like right here, right, I know, oh, this gun is like offset. What the heck?
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna have to. I'll fix that later, but I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys how I do it. Just pretend this gun. Actually, you know what we can do? Yeah, let me bring this back, and then here. You know what? We'll just do this. We'll set it back. This is not the alignment it needs to be in, but I'll just set it back here, just so I can actually like do my job, right? But like this is a neutral position, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know the gun wants to come back here, right? And then let me grab this bolt. So first, I mean, I don't know how long this thing is going to do, but like usually what I do is I save a neutral frame at the end, right? Just in case I need to like what's called zeroing out like all the positions, right?
Okay, so so the last and the first frame are the same.
Yeah, because it's going to be a perfect loop, right?
Yeah.
But so the thing is, especially with this, like for the recoil, right? Like the first frame needs to be like, I mean, we'll just get into it, right? But like this, how did I rig this, right? Oh god, the wrong frame. There I go, already screwing up. Right, and then actually it's funny, when I do the gun animations, I have to put these back on another file and export it back out onto our gun prefab.
Okay.
Because it's all separated out that way, but it's like, first frame. In fact, I think his finger doesn't even needs to be like that much, right? But like you could come in here and add like a bit more grip right on the gun. Da-ba-da. So like nothing else is changing on the gun, right? Because this is the actually let me grab my giant hit explosion that I use for ref. This actually helps me a lot. I found this cool pack online because like there was there's like this animation group that was doing like a challenge or whatever, and they're like, here, have this cool like what do they call it, play blast like effects or whatever. My god, snap to that, come on. Come on, Maya. Oh my god, you little shit. I think that's neutral. Cool. That's zeroed out. I'll just like 90 this. I'll put it like right here, and we'll make it bigger so you can actually like make it. I want to be able to see the thing. I know this is not the actual AP, the AP25 muzzle flash, but you know, that's besides the point. Right, and then at the end here, so it just goes.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to flash it, right? But like, so what I do a, like normally you set your keyframes and like people want to time it out, but like I just kind of go by feel, right?
Okay.
So like this second frame now will be, this bolt is back, right? And now here comes the fun part, right? Now it's like, boom, we'll just go by feel, right? I'll kick this back a lot, right? And then the next fun part will be the camera too. But I know a gun, like that first initial burst is gonna kick you back. And then second frame, you're already kind of in your shoulder. Now it comes up a little bit. I guess, yeah, you could say I go chronologically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not really, because like I already set my neutral rack, so it goes
Well,
like,
yeah,
boom.
obviously you know where you want to go, like you
Yeah.
know where the goal is, where the end position is again, but
yeah, and
you
then,
start it and then you just go
boom.
through.
And then yeah, this will probably hold this thing back a little bit, but
And in the end, I guess
Actually,
you iterate over those multiple times to
actually we'll hold this back just so it's gonna go.
iron out the details.
Yeah, and then actually we'll do this, and then I'm gonna grab this finger. He's gonna hold it. I actually want this loop. I want him to hold that until he comes back to frame 6, and then he'll start letting go. Because I already know how I want to have this in mind. Boom. It's back, so now this next frame can be. You guys can't see, but on my other screen, I got this big old graph editor, which is like the matrix, right? So you can see like right here. This is Z forward, right? So like when I put this back.
Ah, okay.
You know, so I'm gonna put this on the other side because otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. So like boom, and then we'll keep this a little bit more up. Honestly, I think it's probably a bit too much up because I don't think your recoil actually makes you go up that hard. But as he's going back, and then frame 6, he's like, we're almost home. And now he's actually gonna come on. And now he's gonna cross. He's actually gonna cross away and go back. Boom. Yeah, so honestly, like the automatics, like this stuff is gonna be really easy just because it's like the pistols, the recoil is just so like much, right?
Yeah. Obviously, you have to animate more because it's going more wild.
So now it's like we have boom. Please don't. Oh god, I was so worried. I was like, don't crash my. Yeah, boom. Yeah, honestly, I think I put it a little too much up, but like, this is what we'll do, right? So now, like, these first 3 frames, I'm gonna keep on 1s, and now this is like, I'm gonna start putting this. That's like a. Actually, yeah. Oh man, I think I did too many.
Gun sounds again.
Yep. Oh, so boom.
Yeah, but I'm sold on the idea to have a cabby sound pack sometime in the future. It would be pretty fun. I remember playing a little small indie game where you're playing like you were actually playing people pretending to be fighter airplanes, and in an original version they also, instead of actually having shoot sounds, they were actually like verbal sound, no, like they were making the sounds with the noises, so they would go pew 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 pew, woo, pew pew pew. it was so annoying that it got patched out and replaced with the proper gunshots. So even though the game was still about people pretending to be playing, so you were playing a character that was like spreading his arms out and was running around in the room pretending to shoot at others. It was pretty silly.
And then this
Could be a good Apple's Fools. Just replace all the sounds with with the cabby sound back.
Pew, pew. This thing that has that ramp. It's like the AP25 has that like ramp up. Yeah, I made this like way. Well, you know, it's always bigger to go big or go home first. But I made this way too big. The vectors are not this large for the recoil. Now you can't even see it. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm in the Matrix right now.
We can see the result.
Yeah, this could go down.
I just have this picture in my head where there are like 4 animators like you sitting in the same room animating guns the whole day, and are all going like pew 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 and and making different gun sounds all the time. Someone steps in that office, it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah, so for this, it's like now with the camera, I'm gonna like, I think with the automatic, I'm not gonna have it do too much of this. I'm just gonna have it go like,
yeah, it's probably pretty mild.
Holy crap, yeah, it's funny, like, so rotate Z, right, this axis right here, like this is up and down, this is, oh god, what is this on planes? This is roll,
yeah.
I think this is yaw?
Yeah, it might be.
This yaw, and this is pitch, right? But like, this is like the danger rotation, this is the danger axis, right? Because if you do this, this makes people real sick real quick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's also the one that just hits the best, man.
Yeah.
Like,
so you have to be very careful with it.
Yeah.
To not make people puke.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I need to find where the other frames are. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Oh god. Oh no. I keep hitting my Windows key. Like shit. Yeah, we're in it now. Boom, take that out. Where is... Oh, I'm gonna line these keys up so I know where I want. We'll keep this guy a bit up, and then I'll come down a little bit in the neutral.
So if you keep this setup, it would be like if you fire one shot, it would be 20 frames until the gun zeroes out again.
Yeah, versus like what I'm kind of thinking is like if you did an automatic, it'd be like this. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But even that's looking a little too harsh, right?
Yeah, might be a bit much.
But yeah, but here's the thing is like this was kind of hard. It's kind of hard to determine of like what's going to be like what's going to feel good in engine.
Yeah.
Right? Oh wait, I put it a little too far. It should be a 6. Yeah, that camera is like, it's like even when I was doing like the pistols and stuff, you know, I was like, man, this feels really good in Maya, and then I'm like, you put it in Unity and you fire once and you're just like, this looks like trash. What have I done? Right? Like it's just sometimes it can be hard due to animation compression, right? Yeah, I think even the gun is like, I think it's just a little too much.
Oh yeah, I missed the question earlier. Derby is asking for throwing his max at his opponents.
Dude, I'd love that. I think that'd be hilarious, and it does like 10 damage. So we need to bring the watermelon back. So it's just like some Argus cow. Oh god.
Yeah.
There's 1 damage, but like, can you imagine a clutch match?
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to get. If you like this frame is essentially kind of the same
Mm-hmm.
as the first one, so it's like when it loops,
It's not too jarring.
It feels okay, right? But then like then on the settle,
It goes back, yeah.
in fact, what we can do
Doesn't
on
look
this
too bad already. So
I mean, yeah, we haven't even begun.
How does recoil work right now in the game without the animations? Is it just the? Is there actually?
Oh God.
Like,
how does it work right now? Well,
they
let me
never
pull
actually
up my.
pay too much attention.
Hold on, I have to exit Unity, otherwise it thinks I'm still playing the game. Well, now. So here, let me show you. Let me show you. I hope everyone's enjoying this animation time with Kebby.
I think it's fairly interesting. I mean, I have to admit, I've never looked into animation at all, so this is all brand new stuff for me. But it's kind of cool to get the.
I'm just glad we're finally like we're really just finally we're like hammering it home on this stuff, right? Because there's been so much stuff for like years where people are like, I mean, this is one thing too. Is like since before Refactor, we have.
Yeah, we lost a lot of stuff on the Refactor.
There's like a lot of camera stuff there. Oh my god.
Unpacking.
I switched out of test branch. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm in game and no, I'm not playing with anybody. Don't at me. I'm going to training. Oh my god, come on. Well, whatever. That'll do its thing.
We lost a lot of things in the network refactor regarding animations as well, right? So
yeah. So
I guess you're looking forward to bring those back. Like we did not lose the animations, but we did lose like the code that hooks it up to the game.
Yeah, so like what we did lose, I mean, it's not that like, I mean, I don't like saying, oh, we lost it. It's just, it's gone forever, you know?
Yeah.
But like one thing we lost, which is like, you know, it's just a little sad, is like, now, there we go. We put in a little Z rotation on there. So, yeah, gun sounds are back. But like, so yeah, let's go to training, right? And I'm sure if you guys can like keep it fresh in your mind, right? Like, I can show you the difference right here. But like, just with the pistols, this is the difference, right? And you're gonna immediately notice this.
So it's a very simple animation.
There is no animation.
I mean, there is like the thing is moving, right? So,
yeah, the bolt moves and there's a hit punch on the camera, right?
Yeah.
But like other than that,
yeah, that's just the camera. You're right. Okay.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing.
The gun is completely still. It's just a bolt that moves back. So it's a very simple animation that basically only animates the bolt. And hits and punches the camera, I guess. But and replacing those with proper animations. Yay.
Right. Versus, you know,
cool stuff.
Now we're gonna hopefully see it like.
I mean, that already looks better. So.
I mean, I'm a little scared on the automatics just because I don't know how it's gonna look. You know, I don't know how it's gonna cancel or whatever.
Yeah.
I said it's in 6 frames, so as long as it's like close to this, and then I think.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, hold on. I want to have his fingers come back sooner. So he's like I actually do not like what his thumb is doing, and I regret that. I regret my decision. Take it back! We're just gonna have his thumb not move. Or, well, I mean, we can do...
maybe a very minor movement.
Oh no, I gotta go to the index. Where is it? Just need to make sure it's the same. Yeah, it's just like a little slight thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this already. Can you imagine if it was that slow of an RPM? Be a terrible gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this.
Still looks a little strong to me, but
Yeah, well, you know, we'll see. How dare you criticize my beautiful work? No, I'm kidding. Please do.
I mean, you obviously, yeah, just put that together in a few minutes here on stream, so I don't expect it to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
But yeah, in comparison.
See here, you know what? It's terrible. Get it out of
Yeah.
here. I want it out. Get out. Tell you what we'll do. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me open up Unity. Bop, and then hold on stream. I'll be right back. Bathroom break. I drank too much water.
Okay.
Give me 2 minutes.
Sure. All right. Why is it doing that? I mean, it's always resetting the chat whenever. Oh, I know, because that's how it is seen set up. Wait, I forgot to change that. Chat properties. Shutdown source when not visible. Let's turn that off. It's probably better now. Yeah. Yeah, some exciting stuff coming up. As I said earlier, like it's always fascinating to me how much of a difference animations make. Like if I'm not, like, as I said, I'm completely new to this kind of stuff. So when I play a game, I don't notice animations as much. Like I notice, like not consciously, that is. But if you turn into, like, if they're bad or if you like just remove them or they're very simple or whatever, it makes such a big difference. But I would never be able to pinpoint what the cause of it is. Like, but it's like animations really sell game feel in a big way. It's not just for guns. Hey, Jesse. Kevin is spoiling the community with leaks. So.
All right. Hey.
Hey, you're back.
I'm back. I washed my hands like a good boy.
Very good.
For COVID, you know.
So yeah, we
Anyway.
do social distancing in the stream.
Yes, we are. So, hey Jesse, I see you. So, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's set this bad boy up. Just hit fire, just so we'll see how it actually looks. All right. Because this stuff, you know, I mean, you can never make it good right out of the bat, right?
Yeah.
Test. Listen, Portal wasn't kidding when the whole joke in that game was just test. Keep testing. We're testing. All the tests. This looks good. We see you, Jesse.
Oh, Zach is in here as well. I feel like the half of the art team is here. Bad animation can make the best model and texture look terrible, but a good animation can sell any bad model and texture.
Well, who's ZBrushed?
That's Zach.
Oh, that's Zach?
Yeah.
It's a funny name. Actually, it's true. It's 100% true. No lies. Bad animation can ruin like anything. So anyway, this is how we set up our characters. We grab our avatar. And then I gotta turn all this off because we don't need any of that because it's animation. We don't need to worry about model. Don't worry about that button press. Boom. Additive. I'm just gonna copy this name from. Where is this? Give me this. Oh crap.
Yes, Simber, that's why all the models look good. No, that's not why all the models look good. The models look good because we have talented artists.
Boom. This does not need to be a loop. Let's see this. I need to grab this. I need to do some bespoke, cool stuff with our tools.
I'm gonna switch over to the other scene. You tell me when you're ready, alright? Don't think we need a menu speedrun in Unity here right now.
A menu speedrun? Oh, I'm going crazy. And now let's put this.
I just wondered, are there DDR speedruns or is it more like a score attack thing?
DDR. Well, I mean, the Games Done Quick group or whatever that they do that every annually. I know there's a few
twice
speedruns.
Actually.
There's a twice, yeah. There's a speedrun. I know there's a event in Europe that they do. I don't
ESA.
know where it takes place. Yeah, ESA. That's the one. But most of the speedruns when it comes to rhythm games, it's like, look how fast we can move our feet, right? I haven't seen someone actually stream I don't know what the end goal of one of the Dance Dance Revolution mixes would be because the old games, especially the ones on PS2 or whatever, even in the arcade they have unlocks, right, where it's you play this many songs and you unlock everything, a speed run for that of I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, you cannot really speed up the game, right? Because
well,
you can score well, but in the end,
not the official games, but there's different simulators that people have built, like Stepmania, where you can actually increase the rate of a song up to
no. What I mean is you cannot, by playing better, you don't speed up the song.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's not there's no real point in doing a speed run, quote unquote. It's more that's why score attacks are probably more common.
Yeah, was it Happy Feet, who's been a big guy, and oh crap, I named that thing wrong. Whoopsie. Otherwise that would.
Well, we don't see any of that, so.
Yeah, one of this.
I mean, I do, but stream doesn't.
Yeah, one of this. This guy Happy Feet, I think for SGDQ or AGDQ, did and even recently they did a West Coast one recently. He did a showcase with Pump It Up, which is the 5-panel game, and he's just watch me play this crazy song with all these arrows.
Yeah, that's what they usually do for Guitar Hero and stuff as well.
Yeah, Frets on Fire or whatever the emulated version is. Yeah, because it's more about that, right? Because how can you speed run through DDR Extreme?
It doesn't really make sense. That's why I was asking if there's maybe something I didn't know about the game.
I mean, I guess you could. I think my last thing I have to do is over here. Almost there, guys. Okay, let's see if I did this right. You can switch it over.
All right.
Yeah, that was it wasn't Stepmania. It was what is it? Oh my god, what is it called? Etheria or I don't know. It's it's a different emulator simber built off of Stepmania. It's something like that. I forget what it's called, but it's just a different fork. There's so many Stepmania offshoots now. Let's go. Let's try this AP25 out. Yeah, Stepmania has the increase the rate of song, which can be really funny. It's hey, take this easy song and increase its rate to 2.0, and it becomes one of the hardest songs in the game. Osumania. You know what's funny? Simber is pretty much any old dance gamer hates Osu, and it's a meme just because what's a good rig? I don't know. All the old rhythm gamers hate Osu because it's a bunch of young kids are just they'll be hey, you know this song? And they're oh yeah, this song's from Osu, and it's no, it's actually from In the Groove or Dance Dance Revolution. You freaking kid! It's not Osu, but I mean Osu's whatever, it's fine. Osu's a wet on. All right, let's see if this works. Oh no, what's his finger doing? Oh god.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no. Ah!
Okay, it didn't work.
No, no, no. Hold on. Hold on. Just let me figure this. Okay, hold on.
I'm actually.
Hold on. I got this. We're gonna fix it.
I was about to say I'm not a big rhythm game player, but actually there's one way I play rhythm games. I play drum games. So.
You play what? Drum games?
Yeah, like the Hero Band Hero, but playing the drums.
Oh yeah. Have you ever played Drum Mania?
I don't believe so.
In the arcade? Oh. What is this? What's his finger doing?
It's going.
Oh god. Hey, dude, that actually kind of worked.
Yeah, I was about to say that looks decent.
Oh my god. Other than whatever his finger's doing.
Yeah, the finger is weird, but the full auto, do it again. Yeah, that's nice.
Actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. Especially if you consider that you just threw that together in a few minutes, live on stream. So.
Hey, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't know why the. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the
I think my theory is correct. Let's see. Here's how we toast. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that good pattern. And then if I do this.
What?
Just wasted all the bullets. It's right now just due to the way we've been working on this. Like the guns that don't have it, as soon as you aim and they don't have the proper animations or you fire, it breaks your whole gun. And then hold on, you can fix it by just reloading a gun, and then that actually has it.
Nice. Yeah, I feel this will make a big difference when it's implemented.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. What's a good rig setup to practice? I mean, here's that arrow shot. I don't like. Which one looks over the top? The GAT-9? You're over the top. Yeah, I like how all all FPS animations are just. Oh geez, what the hell? Oh!
What did you do?
What did I do? Oh god, I broke everything forever. Oh my god, I just completely trashed everything.
That looks pretty funny.
Oh, there we go. Now it's back. Hold on. Yeah, I like how every FPS game is like... Oh god. Or like the LS45. It should be like you fire once and just fall to the ground getting knocked out. Yeah, this is not bad. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. I got nothing else.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I think it's also a good time to kind of wrap this up.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, for sure. Very interesting look behind the curtain. So yeah, thanks for being here with me, answering all the community questions and showing us a bunch of cool shit that's coming. So that's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer Aeroshot's last question. I mean, there's a ton of rigs online. It just depends what software you use. Like you could look up, like Blender first-person arms rig, and you'll probably, if you Google that, you'll probably get a ton of results. Or if you just replace Blender with Maya, or any other 3D package that you're using. There's tons of pre-made rigs you can get to practice.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And if you want mine, you have to set it up yourself. Sorry, I can't help you with that. You know, can't just go out giving away company assets.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Besides, tons of people rip their stuff anyway. You have to do it yourself. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and this was fun. I felt so exposed and naked showing my process, but in the end, it was fun.
Okay. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. We're gonna rate Inked Geek to finish this off. And yeah, I believe there will be I believe there will be another dev team practice stream tomorrow, and then we'll have to see about next week, because we're kind of probably gonna go on a winter break with streams. We'll see, we'll figure it out. But we're definitely gonna start a regular schedule next year, so you can look forward to that. Also gonna try to put a regular art stream in there. We'll see how we manage to do that, but that's the goal. So yeah, thanks everyone for showing up.
Yeah, thank you.
And
thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Kevin.
Yeah, this is
fun. Maybe you can come back and show us more awesome stuff sometime in the future. So.
Maybe next time we can do death animations, something a bit more physicality.
For sure.
But anyway, I gotta go.
I still have to blog post about death animations planned, so maybe we can sync that up with like a stream about it when I come around to that. It's still on the chopping lift. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then we're gonna
finish out that AP25. But
yeah, we're gonna let you continue working now.
Lots of fun stuff is on the way.
All right. Fun stuff. Sounds awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna finish this up. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I'm TH Pine. I was here with Kevin, our animator, and thanks a lot for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time. And say hello to Inked Geek.
Bye bye.
I'm sleeping at 39. This is one, I'm sleeping at 39.